In this video, I am continuing my search for budget RC drift gyro options. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Troy and this is Roadside RC. If you follow the channel, you'll tend to find me drifting and bashing and crawling and racing, plus doing product review videos and how-tos. And if you follow the channel, you'll see that I've been pretty passionate about trying to help people get started with rear-wheel drive RC drifting on the cheap. And one of the ways is always looking at a gyro. Now, my go-to gyros, honestly, the Futaba GYD450, the new ReveD Gyro, both of those really good. The Yokomo DP-302v4, also really good gyros. But all three of these are in that like $80 to $100 range. And so there's a lot of folks out there that are really interested in something maybe a little bit cheaper. So in this video, we're going to be actually looking at the MST MGX. Now this is actually the newest gyro that MST offers in the ready-to-run drift cars. I've actually driven with this gyro in one of the new MST ready-to-runs, was decently surprised about how it was pretty decent gyro. So I'm going to be throwing it in my drift car and seeing how does it compare. I've got this MGX gyro mounted right down here on the chassis. Nice flat solid plate, should have no vibrations, should be a good location. This MGX gyro should be rather easy to set up here. Like I said, the single wire plug goes to the third channel, the 3-wire plug goes to the first channel, and the female 3-wire plug gets connected in directly to the servo. So now what we're going to do is we're going to power it on and see how it performs. I power on and I have a green light. I immediately have gyro function, but it is reversed. In order to reverse the gyro direction, we're supposed to take our tool and hold this down for 4 seconds. And then the gyro is supposed to blink. And that should have it in a reversed setting. Oh yeah. Perfect. That reverses it immediately. Now the other thing that we need to do is we need to set the endpoints. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold down this switch, we're going to power it on. I'm going to wait for it to blink, and after it blinks we're going to go to one direction. Hit the button once. Okay, we're going to go the other direction. Hit the button again. Then when we come back it should reinitialize and we are good to go. And just like that, everything is working, and we have our endpoints set. Alright, so one thing I am noticing here is that when I turn the wheel and then I let back, it comes back fast. According to the instructions, it has an AVCS mode. So if I come in here to the mod button and hit it 2 times fast, it should take a setting. Yep, there it went to red, and now when I turn, it'll actually come back slow. And that'll actually help me, allow me to run higher gyro gain with the same, without getting any kind of gyro wobble, which is very awesome. So the gyro's in and calibrated to controller, and normally before I ever took a vehicle like this to the track with a change, I'd be testing it here in my garage. But 2 things. One, I have an impending track day, so I have opportunity to go test it out anyway. And then 2, garage is kind of a mess at the moment. And so we're going to skip straight to going to the track. I'm still going to do some of the stuff that I would normally do, which is kind of like a circle. How well does it do a circle? How well does it do a figure 8? But then instead of going into my big C that I typically do here in the garage, I'm going to go just straight to on track. So let me get all this packed up, head to the track, and we will see what the results are. So MST Gyro, definitely not as good as some of the other ones that we tried. It has a lot of kind of on center, off center, like numbness to it. It felt like it really needed to get some angle before the gyro would start to work. Kind of like the ReveD in that way, at like a lower number setting. But yeah, honestly, light years better than the old LSD that came in the ready to runs. And the really super interesting thing is it feels a lot like the stock MST gyro. So if you like the stock MST gyro, then you can get the Power Hobby G2 for cheaper and have the exact same driving feel. I'm actually pretty confident personally that the guts and the internals are actually the exact same, and they're boxed differently and housed differently and sold under different names. But I'm actually pretty confident they're the same one based on how they drive, how they operate, and when you look at the instructions side by side, I think they're the same. So here's the simple answer. If you're considering either one of these, well, you might as well buy the cheap one. But if you're considering either one of these, I honestly believe you're considering the wrong gyros. And there are better gyros to be had for either the same amount of money or slightly more money. So I can't really recommend either one of them.